Here we are at Coffin Bay. We're at Yangi Bay Campground. It's a bit overcast today, so we thought we'd do a walk around on the caravan and just show you what we do and how we do it and what suits us. So for starters, it's a Traveller Utopia, 22 foot, and the design has the ensuite up with the bedroom, and the rest of it, all the lounge room and kitchen, is at the other end. And it suits us really nice because when we back into places, there's a few windows around, and it has a beautiful view from when we're sitting down eating dinner inside, if we do. Right, I'll start off at the back of the caravan, or towards the rear of the caravan. We have a rear boot. It's got plenty of size on it. Carries all our chairs, table, fire pit, a few other bits and pieces, which is really good. It's partitioned off on the other side for all our wet gear, our hoses and all that kind of stuff, which is really, really handy. Okay, we also have a Dometic awning. We've got our anti-flap system up on it at the moment, which will be on a which you would have seen on a previous vlog, so I won't go into that. And it does really well for us though. Yeah, we hardly get any flap at all. And I installed a stainless steel clothesline along the awning, and you could probably put one or two there, but it interferes with the awning seat, so we had to put it up really high. So keep that in mind if you're doing that. Next up, we have a front door step light, which is turn it on from underneath the handle, and it's pretty good for if you're getting home late at night and stumbling around when you had a few little sherbets. Also for lighting, we have these LEDs all on the outside. They're all RGB, so that you can turn them from orange to white light, and the orange is supposed to get rid of the insects, but
supposed to be a deterrent for bugs.
Yeah.
We're not convinced yet.
I reckon they love it. But anyway, and next we have our electric step. It's a Thule, just one step because our van's not that high. It's not a full off-road. And also we have external speakers, which is 2 of them, and it's controlled by our fusion system, which is part of the system inside that Phil will explain in a later vlog. We have picnic tables. We've got 2 of them. You can cook on them, you can put computers on them, you can there's 240 outlets for when you've got power, or if you want to do a bit of cooking.
That's on both.
On both,
there
yep.
as well.
So also you have your TV stand, or your TV, whatever you call it, to put your TV on, and also your 240 inside that as well. And it's also got USBs to charge your phones while you're outside if you like, and you can actually up and down your fusion system out here as well, so control your power.
Bit of a handy cupboard, that one.
Yeah, very handy cupboard. Moving right along, underneath we have some underbody toolboxes. They're really, really handy. I love them. They house all my tools, my grease gun, some wheel chocks. There's blocks. We've got one on the other side as well, and it houses all the chocks and the wheel chocks for when we're leveling the van and stuff like that. It's got my it's got my splitter, it's got my tomahawk, my hammer, a few bits and pieces, you know, so it's a really good thing, and it's no lower than the lowest part of the caravan, which is really good, so we don't have any problems with scraping them off the road, and or dinting them.
You could also probably put like
Snorkel
gear or umbrella, you know, beach stuff, or you could really use them for anything. But they've been fantastic for all our tool stuff, because normally our other van, all your tools just sort of floated around in baskets in the tunnel boot and stuff, didn't it?
Yeah, I've also got a toolbox in the car on a slide out, but yeah, this is really handy, especially when you're going away for a long time. You know, you've got all your gear. You know, if something goes wrong, got everything here. You know, grinders, you name it, we've got it. Righto, we have also a front boot. So we've got back boot and front boot, which is really good. A lot of storage space in this van, which we love. This one houses everything you normally put in a front boot. All my fishing gear, ropes, all the kind of stuff to, you know, put your awning down, you name it, rod holders. It's got everything in there.
The other side of the boot's got some things that we installed, which we'll show you when we get around the other side.
And our camp ovens and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah. Now to the engine room. This is my favourite. Love the Weber. We do everything on the Weber virtually. We don't use the oven inside the caravan at all.
Yeah, we do. We store bread
and stuff in it. So yeah. I've added these from Dun & Watson. I just had to hack a few little holes in it to make them sit there.
A few mods.
Yeah, and they're good. You can hang stuff off them, you know, whatever.
Just gives you that little bit more room and space to put things down when you're getting it off the Weber or putting it on.
Yeah,
it's somewhere to store stuff.
This is the slide on this side that we use that for. There's a slide on the other side of the toolbox that we use for the generator, and a few hoses and bits and pieces for solar blankets. Also, as part of this the setup that we have for our Weber, we've bought this plate, which is really handy for everything. It's a teppanyaki plate, they call it. It's from Aldi. It was $19.50, and I do bacon and eggs on it. I do sausages on it. I do nearly all our grilling. We can shallow fry in it and everything, you know, oil, the whole lot. I reckon that's a really good addition, and it just sits in there. You can close the lid, you can do whatever you like. It's easy to clean, but doesn't look that clean at the moment. Sorry about the mess, but yeah, got to give that a good tub one day. But it gets hammered, so yeah.
It was a bargain, $20.
It
Aldi.
was, yeah, from Aldi. So around the front, another part of the front, we have our bike rack, which is Grip Sport bike rack. They're made really heavy duty for e-bikes that we have two of, and it tilts down, so it's easy to get things off and on. Not that easy when you've got a 30 kilo bike, but yeah, so these bikes are fantastic. Couldn't recommend them any better. They're giant talons. We've done 50-60k trips on them and only gone through half the battery. If you're a bit frugal with your power and, you know, pedal a bit without it on and stuff like that, you know, down hills, whatever, you could probably do 100k's on them. So they're really good, really robust.
And it's not that they've got cold feet. These socks are stopping the holes that it's making in our cover.
Yeah. And make sure when you're going round and doing the lap, if you're doing the lap, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 locks on them, so that it might take them a little bit longer to grab the bikes.
Mostly needed in WA and the Northern Territory.
Yeah, up north. So
in particular.
Yeah, we've heard things on Wikicamps and a few other places on Facebook where yeah, these bikes are pretty well sought after. So yeah. So below the bikes, we just have the normal toolbox without a lid on it, because so we can access the gas tanks from, you know, with the bikes being on, was a lot easier. Yeah, so you've got your normal two 9 kilo gas bottles, all your fuel, your rubbish, you know, bits and pieces that I use every day, covers for the for this and that.
Crab net.
You name it, it's in there. And moving on, we have the 2 jerry cans holders with jerry cans for diesel. Yellow for diesel, blue for water. Yeah, so we lock them on as well, because diesel can be a bit precious at the moment at $2 odd a litre. Okay, so we have a blackjack electric jack, because I'm 60 years old and cranking a really heavy caravan up is not that easy anymore, so this is part of my retirement plan. Righto, so it has up and down, there's a light for on and off for at night. You've also got a leveling system, and the bubble is right in the middle, which is really, really good. And you can also use it manually through here, and you've got a manual winder if it does break. And the jack leg comes down. You have to store it. You just pull the pin out, lift it up, put the pin in again, just to store it while you're travelling. And it also comes with a cover, which we put on when we've parked it up.
And travelling.
Just
protects it a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, so come to one of the important parts of this caravan, the tow hitch. This is a 5.5 tonne haul ace from Lovells. We've got the Lovells suspension. We've also got this, which was an upgrade for the weight that we carry, which is the only certified tow hitch through Vic roads to get us legally, and I'll go into the weights at the end of this vlog about, you know, what our van weighs and everything else, but this was part of what we had to upgrade. We had a 4.5 tonne hitch on it. The actual caravan is valued at 4 tonne, and this is part of our system. I'll go over the weights at the end of the vlog. Okay, on every hitch, and same with ours, we have a 7-pin plug for all your electrics, all your lights through the van, everything else. You have power to the van when you're travelling along, which is a great boost for when you're going from camp to camp. We've got the Safety Dave camera, which is a must-have if you're backing in, especially the way I back in. Probably run into every tree known to man.
You do not. You're a good backer.
And last of all, this is the power up for the Alco anti-sway system, ESC, which is a really good peace of mind for us. And also you get a discount on, we got a discount through the RACV on our insurance. I think it was with CIL, but underwritten by the RACV. We got a discount because we have this on our caravan. And the last thing is the breakaway. Now, a lot of people put their breakaway onto their hitch on the car. Don't do that. The hitch might come off, and you're driving along and your hitch might come apart, and all of a sudden you've lost your caravan and everything else, and this goes with it. But if you've got this hooked to your car somewhere, which I have, it's on a plate right next to my plug-ins. It stays with the car. It'll stop your caravan if your caravan leaves the earth, leaves the back of the car.
It was also a recommendation by Waste Station, who told us that.
That's right. Yeah,
it's something I think a lot of people don't realise. And I think originally ours was attached to the hitch.
Yes, it was.
And when he told us that, Tony moved it, so it was now it attaches to the car.
Yeah, feel a whole heap better for it too. Right, everybody has it. It's pretty well standard. Is your stone guard. It just deflects the rocks. It should be little bit forward, but because of all the setup here and it was so short, we had to have it standing up. That's a bit of a compliment. We also have stone stompers, so that stops the stones from flicking up anyway. But this just complements that. Behind the stone screen, or whatever you call it, We have a tap that we had installed on the front, so that if we need to wash the van a little bit, or use a bit of water for something, it's there. Righto, so up on top we've got the Four Seasons hatch, as you can see, but just behind that we have the Dometic dust extraction system, which puts a positive flow through the caravan while we're traveling along, and it's really good to keep the dust down. You're going to get a little bit of dust in no matter what, unless you tape everything up and Glad wrap around it, but this is really good. We hardly see any traces of dust throughout the van, and we've been on some really dusty roads up the Flinders Ranges, and we've seen that this is really working for us. Okay, this is the other side of the van. Start off, I said about the toolboxes and the slides. This is where our generator's housed, and a few other bits and pieces, hoses and stuff for the grey water. Also, another fishing rod holder. Oh, there's another one at the back, I'll show you that later. But there's another fishing rod holder, and my my Hawaiian sling, and a few other things for when we go diving. Also, boot on this side, so the boot goes right through. I showed you the other side. This, though, houses our wheel alarm system and our electronic braking system. So, to maintain these two things, it's pretty handy to have. We've also got a light in the boot, which is over this side. But you can hardly see it. But we put chairs and all sorts of things. And this, I don't know whether it comes with it, but Tim from CCTR actually installed it for us. So we've got a remote control for the Widdy. So when it turns on, this light actually lights up. So it's really good for an indication for us that it's actually working.
Yeah, and the Widdy's peace of mind too, that if you're parked up somewhere, leaving your van, remote somewhere, that it's going to be safe with the Widdy, because it makes a hell of a racket when it goes off.
Yep, it does. We've done it. We've forgotten that it's on.
And I think it also puts the brakes on or something.
Yeah, it puts your brakes on, and they've got to skull drag it away.
So yeah, well worth the investment on that one.
Yeah. So next to it is the Truma gas heater outlet, the breather. The last van that we had, you had to put a cap on it and take it off whenever you use it. This one doesn't need it, which is really good, because I used to leave it on a lot.
It used to hang out the window to take the cap off.
Yeah, and so and here's the other toolbox. The other toolbox houses, there's nothing in it at the moment
because the chocks are in the van.
We're using the chocks for everything, but we made up these chocks just from pine sleepers, and
because they're lighter as well.
Made sure there was big long screws through them so they don't crack and go everywhere. But there's about 6 of them, and I'll show you the leveling ramps as we go around the van. Righto, so next, this is another engine room. The one that I have to clean out.
This is the noisy engine room.
This is the noisy engine room. It backfires every now and again. This is a Thetford toilet. I think it's a larger cassette than the one we used to have, so it lasts longer, and it's really good taking in and taking out. It's got some storage underneath, and we've also got this tank here, which we didn't have on our last van, for flushing, and you can put some of the pink stuff in there and you flush your toilet, which we didn't have on our last one.
Well, you could flush it, but it was just water, fresh water, whereas you have a pink smelly.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's nice.
So there's that. The 240 volt inlet for when we're at caravan parks, which is standard. Also, we've got lights on the rear side of the caravan, as I said before, and they again are RGB, yellow and white, and they scare away the insects apparently. Righto. So just your vents for your fridge. We have outdoor shower. Everybody has an outdoor shower for washing their dog or washing your feet off when you come back from the beach. Hot and cold water, so it's really good. I use it every now and again to wash my rods and stuff like that as well. which is really, really good. So we go to the water tanks. We have 295s. We have a 65 for drinking water, and we have a 95 litre grey water tank. There's the grey water outlet there on this side.
And we also recommend to always lock your water tanks. We lost a cap the other day,
Which is locked, yeah.
and it made us think also that at any time, you know, people can put anything in your tanks. You just never know. So,
Not we lost a cap, I lost a cap.
yes, he lost a cap.
Okay, so also your inlet for when you're at a caravan park for your water with your valve, whatever it is, pressure valve on it, which is pretty handy. It stops you from blowing all your tubes. This is a solar inlet for a blanket. We use that to top up when it's a not so sunny day, or if you had a few not sunny days and you want to give it a bit of a boost.
Or if we're in the shade, part shade or whatever, you can sort of plug it in,
Yeah.
put the blanket or panel, whatever you've got,
Yeah.
into a sunny area.
Yeah, and the longer the lead, the more power drop you have. So just keep that in mind. If you can keep it to a short 5 metre lead, it's better for you. Next to that, we have the hot water system. It's a gas hot water system, and it's instantaneous. You have, you know, if you turn it off and on off and on to save water, and every now and again you get a bit of cold water coming in, but then it'll come to hot. But that's living in a caravan. But yeah, it's been pretty good, this one. As mentioned before, our lounge is at the back of the caravan. We had bigger windows installed here and at the rear of the van. So when we're parked up at places like Palubi Beach, when you back your caravan right up to the beach, the view is stunning. We love it. It's one of the best things in our caravan. We can sit and have breakfast and look at our view, and yeah, as if we're inside. So we come to the back boot again. This back boot isn't all the way through. We actually had them at build put a partition in. It's about 400 deep, which we house all our, it's a bit chock-a-block at the moment, but it houses all our hoses, all our wet gear, all our cleaning stuff for when we're polishing up the van and the car and everything else. And also it's got a switch for a third pump. So there it is.
Yep.
And it goes to this hose here, and I think on another vlog.
Yeah, previous vlog, episode 7.
Yeah, on episode 7.
6. No, episode 6.
Episode 6. We go through this. It's really handy for us. We've got a bladder in the car, as we explained, and we just hook it up to this, turn the tap on and turn the pump on, and we can pump 100 litres of water in about 20 minutes. And also we've got a couple of jerrys on the back, blue jerrys for on the back of the van, because if a car slams into it and you've got diesel in the back, just got to be very, very careful with that legally.
Apparently in some states, I'm not sure which one it was, but you will get pulled over.
Yeah, so make sure you have your water on the back, not on the front, and make sure it's blue.
Oh, you can have water on the front.
Yeah, you can have water on the front.
But you can't have diesel on the back.
Yes, so that's where we house that.
But we also pump with the pump that Tony was just showing. We pump also from the jerrys.
Yeah.
We can fill them with water and pump that into the van.
That's it. Also, we have our wood box that we had made up for us. I love this because I can put plenty of firewood in there for when we have our campfires. And it houses my weights for when I'm doing weights and a few other things.
It never does.
That I haven't done in 3 months.
Haven't had
or 2 months
time.
since we've been on the road. But yeah.
No time.
No, we're too busy adventuring. Okay, so come back around the back and I'll show you the underneath of the caravan. So we have a 6-inch aluminium chassis from G&S with control rider suspension. Just show them that one. Does the trick for us. And we haven't got airbag suspension at the moment, but apparently G&S, this is only apparently, so you know, there's been a few. You can retrofit your airbags onto this suspension, onto your control riders, which is a really good thing for us.
Which we'll do when we can.
When we can, yeah.
We get the opportunity to park up for that long.
Yeah. Also, we've got the Cooper tyres on 16-inch rims, so they're 245/70 16s. We've had these tyres for about 2 years.
No, a year and a half.
Year and a half.
The van's only a year and a half.
Sorry. Yeah. Year and a half. I was thinking the other one, but yeah, and
which we had Coopers on our previous van too.
Yeah, so the Coopers have done pretty good for us. They wear really well, or they don't wear at all actually. So they look like brand new tyres, and we've had it for a year and a half. We also on the roof we have a Wingard TV antenna, which whether it's hit and miss or not, we don't know. You just turn it around and get a signal. If you can't get a signal, you're in the wrong spot. So the big antenna up there is an antenna for our Nighthawk router, which is really good. Gives us we can roam around the van, roam around outside the van, and still get our internet and data and stuff like that. And it's good for when you're doing vlogging and stuff like that. So this is the mounted camera on the back. It's a Safety Dave camera. It has sound, so you can actually hear yourself hit the trees. It's really good. And then Fiona can yell and scream at me, stop. So it's really good for that. Also the spare wheel holder, which everyone has. Some people have two. And I call it the garbage bin. It's got 2 compartments in it. It's really good. It's from Drifter. It's really it doesn't come apart like a lot of them. And I use one side for recycle. There's all our recycle stuff, and the other side for just normal garbage. And yeah, when we go and dump the toilet, we also.
What do you use the front part for?
Well, I can use it for leads or anything really. It's just another compartment. I've never ever used it, I don't think. I think I had at one stage a solar lead in it, which was just a 5-metre one. Also, we've got our 200-watt portable solar panel. I've made up a little frame for it so that it sits up in the right spot and pumps a lot more juice into the van on a 5-metre lead. So that it doesn't take away from the power that's going into the van. And
being a blanket, it folds up to nothing, well, not nothing, but a small.
Still adds a bit of weight to the payload, but it's essential. You know, if you're in a shady spot and you can't get a good spot in the sun like we are today, it's a godsend sometimes. You know, it pumps in 10-12 amps over the day. You probably get a fair bit in.
And we can take it in the car with us when we go off.
Yep.
And the car's got its own solar panel on the roof, but it just gives us that little bit extra if we need it also.
Gives us 400 watts all up in the car if we're away from the van. So you've probably seen it on a lot of vlogs. We've also got the CMAT, which was invented for helicopters to land on in sandy areas. You get a few rocks on it here and there and whatever, but if you're on a sand base, it's really good. The sand just falls through, and yeah, we love it. It's not that cheap. It's a couple of $100, and yeah, it's really good for us. All right, so now it comes to the business end. Weights and power. I'll start off with weights. To keep it simple, because you can go into GCM, GVM, to curb weight, this weight, that weight. We took ours to a professional guy, Weigh Station. He was really good with us. Took us all through it. We were actually over, and we had to get, as I showed you, the hitch. We had to get that 4-ton tow upgrade, and our van is actually certified for 4-ton weight. So all up, The van came in at 3611. That's with everything. That's with water, with the bikes, with our food, with our clothes and everything for us to go away for 12 months.
It included alcohol.
And it included alcohol, which I thought it had put us right over. But and also the car, and we can go off in the car on its own. It's self-contained. It's got a fridge. It's got power. It's got a 200 amp hour lithium battery, which I'll go through in another walk around with the car at a later date.
It's got a rooftop tent, which also weighs, I think it's like 70 kilos.
No, I think it's 90 kilos.
Oh, is it 90? There you go. So it's got everything. It's got
and that includes water. We've got a 100 litre water bladder, as we said, which
we'd filled too when we got it weighed. The car was full as well.
So there's another 100 kilos. So that came in at 4083, I think it was. So all up combined, we had nearly 7,700 kilos, and our because of the upgrades, we've got a 4200 upgrade, GVM upgrade in the car, and we've got the 4-ton tow kit, brings us to 7.8. So we've got about 100 kilo to play with. And
now, even though those two, if you add those two together, it does add to 8.2. Yes. But legally, you can only have maximum 7.8.
Yeah. That's the confusing side of it all. But we've got 100 kilos to play with, so we can have lots more alcohol. Okay, so to make it easier for us to understand and everything else, we took ours and got it professionally weighed. It cost us just a little over $300, and that's peace of mind for us. He comes to you, he explains everything that goes on, the GCM, the GVM, your tear weight. Our ball weight was 330, and it was under what we could be. I think our maximum was 350 at the time, so we were under that, which for us to know exactly what we can and can't do was peace of mind for us. We took it to a public weighbridge. We tried out to do it ourselves, and it came out completely different.
We also spoke to numerous people. We watched YouTube videos, we researched it on Facebook, we researched it, Googled it, and it really doesn't make sense because everybody has got a different name for it.
Yeah.
Your tear weight, your curb weight, your payload, your this, your that, and it just becomes very, very confusing.
Yeah. So just for peace of mind, we'll put it up on the screen. Weigh station, they were very, very professional. He took his time, he explained it all to us, and got the ball weight right, everything else right. We balanced their van out properly so that and even for towing, just to balance your weight out a bit better, to take it off the ball or put it on the ball or something like that. He can show you all that kind of stuff. So for us, for peace of mind, it was a fantastic thing. Weigh station, thumbs up. Okay, to the power system, we have 4 190 solar panels on the roof. That's a total of 760. We have a Red Arc Manager 30 system with a 3000 watt inverter. The actual, I'm not an auto electrician. I don't know all that much when it comes to the way it's all been put together. I understand solar, I understand power, I know how to fix it. We have two 300 amp hour lithium batteries, which is enough juice for us. Even you can go 3 or 4 days with it being cloudy or intermittent, and we still hold up enough power to just get down to 50%. So that's pretty good for us. Don't know much about the system, as I said, but it's been beefed up so that it's more like a 50 amp system rather than a Manager 30. Yeah, so I'll just show you the leveling system that we have. They're called Easy Levels leveling system. They're pretty good. You can get them online. They're $70. You can actually get some pretty good height out of them, so I think they're pretty good, and you can chock them the other end. I find them easier than all the other ramps that we've had.
So you sort of roll onto them, and you explain it, but it's...
Yeah, we'll show you in another vlog when
we'll
we're
do it
setting
in a
up
vlog.
one day. But they're really easy to do. Really, really easy. Good for us. So that brings us to the end of this look around the van. If you like what we do, please like and subscribe. It helps us out, and it also, if you subscribe, you don't miss any of our vlogs, and we've got some interesting ones coming up. Also, leave your comments if you have any questions, and we'll get back to you on that. Thanks for watching.